welcome back to episode 5 of my podcast, From This Woman to You. It's your girl Quetta. Again, thank y'all so much for hanging in there with your girl. Make sure that you comment, like, and continue to subscribe. I appreciate all the love and the support. Sorry for the gaps in between, but you know life happens, but we are still here, still rolling. So we're going to go ahead and get started today and jump right on into today's topic. All right, so I just came back from a weekend vacation with Bae, where I planned it out. You know what I'm saying? He's always doing things for me, doing nice things and nice gestures for me. So I want to show him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just a taker, I'm a giver too, baby. So I planned out this nice vacation, blankcation for him too. So, of course, he's like, nah, I got to do something for you. So Quetterville, USA is his title for my vacation. So jokingly, he said that he was going to book a roach motel for your girl. Now, you know, he was just playing. Come on now. Y'all know. Look at me. Roach motel. But anyway, that did spark conversation in terms of, could you date or even talk to somebody that didn't necessarily have the means that you have, or they had a lower standard of living, so to speak, then you let's not say lower standard of living. I'm going to say lower standard of vacationing than you actually have. Now, for me, I'm real picky about hotels, okay? Very, 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 very. I don't want no room that look like Golden Girls. I love me some Golden Girls. Love me some Golden Girls. But I don't want my room to look like that. I don't want no flowers on the sheets, no plants on the sheets, no leaves, no nothing. No colored sheets. White sheets, white comforter, white pillows, okay? Next, I don't like motels, y'all. No motel for the girl, okay? I don't want to be able to walk out of my motel room and see sunlight. No, I want to see hallway. I want to see that there's a room across from me with carpet, indoors. No motels for me, okay? I ain't doing it. Now, in terms of could I date somebody that does? Yeah, I could. Just know it's going to be a Beyonce situation where I am going to upgrade you. Where I'll be like, baby, I got it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the room. If, you know what I'm saying, if he can't afford, or if his preference is that we stay here and mine is that we stay somewhere else, I'm going to be the one to just take care of the room. I'll book the room or whatever. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind paying for it, so on and so forth. But you would think that as a guy gets to know you, he wants to, you know what I'm saying, cater to you. And it doesn't have to be like 5-star. I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, you spending $500, $600 on no room or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. It ain't got to be, you know, all of that. Now, that's great. I ain't saying that don't do it. But it don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? I would possibly continue to date the person. Like I said, just getting to know them, and all right, well, maybe they can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Or what are they used to? Maybe they're not used to that. Maybe they've not been introduced to life like that. So maybe I can be the one to introduce them to, you know what I'm saying, living life or vacation in a different way, I'll say. You know, so that ain't necessarily like a deal breaker for me. For some females, that's a deal breaker for them. Like if you pull up and I'm at Motel 6, nah, buddy, we can't talk. We can't proceed. That's not necessarily a deal breaker for me. Like I said, I'm going, especially if it's a good guy. If you're a good guy and I can tell like, okay, this is something, this can actually go somewhere, but you might just need a little tweaking, you know what I'm saying, here and there, I'm down for the ride. I'm not that vain to where I'm like, nah, baby, he talking about Motel 6 or No, because again, I can bring you into my world, you know what I'm saying, and we'll get there. But like I said, everybody ain't like me. So we're going to get some differences of opinions on this. Now, before we get the opinions of others, let me just clarify this. If I pull up to a Motel 6, I'm not staying at the Motel 6. First of all, it's not going to even get to that point because I'm going to ask you for the hotel information before arriving, especially if we're not going in the same vehicle and we're meeting somewhere. I need the hotel information before we even get there. If he's like, nah, it's a surprise, once you get here. Once I get there and I see that's what it is, I'm not going in. It's not going to even be a situation where I'm staying there.
That shit there? No can do, guys. All right, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
And I'm not going to stay there in that room because, like I said, for me, I'm just very picky when it comes to hotel rooms. And I'm not going to, like, lower my standard in terms of that. Now, understanding that, yes, he's paid his money, he's booked it, and, oh, that's a waste of money, so on and so forth. If it's about that, then, hey, I'll give you the money for whatever you paid for, and then we finna get this other room. Now, if he make a whole big fuss, and I know, all right, this is not somebody I can probably proceed with, because this is not something that I'm willing to necessarily compromise on. I'm sorry. You know, I want to be able to be comfortable and enjoy my trip. I don't know, it just gives me a little anxiety being in rooms and hotels and motels that are like that. I've been in them before. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing where, oh, I've never done it or whatever. Yeah, I have. You know what I'm saying? That's not, that's not who I am. I'm so sorry. Now, that is the vain side of me. Like, if he's already paid for it, unfortunately, I'm not going to stay there. I'm not. Like I said, and that would be a deal breaker if it becomes like an issue while we're there with him. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, well, I already booked it and you think you're too good to stay in here. Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, I do. And I'm so sorry that you don't feel that I'm, better than this hotel and that you're better than this hotel, because we both are. So it is a deal breaker for the girl in terms of that. Now, if he's down to be like, oh, baby, this is all I could afford, so on and so forth. I just wanted to, get you out of town and, show you around the town. But this is all I really could afford because I've done something else for you, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I have a heart, I'll be like, well, baby, I got you. Let me go ahead and, I'll give you the money for the room so it's no money wasted, and let me just book something else. Or maybe he's like, I'll book something else. But we ain't staying there. All right, so I'm going to get some callers on the line to get their thoughts. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. So I have my special guest, one of my special guests. I have 4 of them today on the line, going to give us his perspective. So let's see what my homeboy, Jerry, thinks in reference to this topic.
If one or the other is willing to make a sacrifice or a compromise on their standards of vacationing or whatever it is,
right,
then it could work. But if you don't have someone that likes and appreciates the same things you do, that's going to be a problem.
I agree.
So if there can be a compromise, if someone can rise to the occasion, and if someone can maybe come down from their occasion, it might work. Down. But if there's not compromise, if there's not some kind of meet me halfway in the middle, when you're dealing with that type of situation, it will not work.
All right. Thank you so much, Jerry, for that perspective. I know you're going to come back through with some more information, some more insight for us. But let's go to my girl, Kay, see what she want to say on the topic. Kay, what's up, girl?
First scenario, I'm dating a guy that makes a lot of money.
Okay.
Kind of dating him or whatever. And he lives way below his means. He can afford fancy things, this, that, and the third.
Right.
A fancy house, fancy car, but he just doesn't. But when he go out, like when we go out to eat or if we go on vacation or something, he spared no expense. So in that sense, yes, I can date a man like that because, he living below his means, but he do that so he can have a lot of money and save money.
Right.
But I also dated a guy that was dead broke, and I tried to build him up, and it kind of tore me down in the process.
I've been there.
So at this time in my life, I'm not dating someone who doesn't have anything going for themselves and just live below my means or my vacationing standards because you're not putting in the effort to do what you have to do as a man.
Girl, and I completely understand that wholeheartedly. And I agree. Like, you want to make sure, yes, we have the willingness to, meet in the middle, so on and so forth. But if you're not willing, if you don't already, come into the situation, like with goals, okay, mindset already set in being determined on where you want to be and what you want to do, it's probably not gonna work. So I completely understand that, girl. Let's see what my girl Steph got to say on the situation.
No, not to say that I've got this, super high, quality of life, high standards.
It's all right if you do.
I think I'm right below maintenance, but there's a reality. Can I date someone with a lower standard of living? I don't think so. I think if we're going to jump into a serious, committed relationship, I'd like for you to have the same kind of, be kind of on my level. And I hate to say that, especially vacationing. I take vacationing very seriously.
Me too.
We're not about to just, I don't know, we and I don't want to bash or throw out examples. I'm not saying we have to go to, Maldives.
We can go to the Maldives now, still.
Yeah, it's gotta be nice. Not the best explanation. I could elaborate more, of course. We could have a whole sesh, but it's definitely gotta be where I'm at or backwards. If you're not there yet, because the question is, would I date someone that had a lower standard of living? Who knows? What if I let them? I'm
right.
in that sense. So
and that's the thing.
Possibly, could I? Then, could I live with it and continue it once I start noticing these type of things? I don't think I could. I think it would be a really, it would be a problem. It would eventually turn into a problem. So maybe I jump in because, at first everything's sweet. But, no, and that starts to show. And I think that would definitely be an issue for me because I like certain things.
Yes.
I'm old enough now to know that. I hate to say, age. Maybe people know this from the beginning. I just, I don't know. I definitely like certain things. I expect certain things. And I like things done a certain way. So, yeah.
Yeah, that Motel 6 and cheap shit, I know I've done that I'm too old. Maybe I got a standard of living that as far as dating somebody or, or even just, friends that we traveling together or whatever. I don't do that. No, we not, no ma'am. I think I've lived long enough and have done well enough to, if I'm going somewhere, I'm going for a purpose.
Right.
I'm going just to chill or whatever. I want it to be
enjoy.
Nice. I don't have time to be worried about cockroaches and, the sink in the bathroom not working, all that kind of stuff. Baby, I ain't, no ma'am. No ma'am. So if that's the kind of shenanigans you playing, you might want to play with somebody else because granddaddy ain't got it.
Okay. Crazy.
And, you got to be at my level at this point. I'm too old. You got to be on my level. We got to have the same interests, the same likes. You got to bring to the table at least what I bring, if not better. So, I had a standard even back then. Now, if you didn't have your own place, your own car, you had a job, those were that was the baseline. I ain't with nobody living with their mama. You got roommates and all this kind of baby. I don't. No, ma'am. No, we ain't gonna do all that over there. So I but you let folks know that up front,
right?
And
have a conversation.
But and every situation is different. You might find somebody that's not at that level yet, but they have potential or whatever. They're a nice person. They're a genuine person. You can see potential in them. You got to have that conversation with and be honest about the where you are, because I was in a situation where somebody didn't tell me about their credit, and I'm stuck now, and now I'm got to. Yeah, child, no ma'am, we no gonna do that. Oh, help me, Holy Ghost, Jesus.
So what you think, Kev?
So I like that too, Marquetta.
Okay.
I've heard that as well. Don't fall in love with potential, but potential gets my attention.
Okay.
So once I see the potential, it's just that. It's potential. You have the potential to be more. It has the potential to become energy, kinetic energy, which is moving and flowing. If you are continuing to harbor potential energy,
not harbor the energy.
I don't need you because my energy is not flowing.
Come on, flow.
Kinetic. So we moving, we shaking, and we making things happen. Someone doesn't have to be on my level as far as monetarily, because they may have ambitions to own their own business or, open her own flower shop or something like that.
Not the flower shop.
Which I understand that takes time, that takes money, that takes planning, that takes years before it becomes becomes quote unquote successful. But I would like someone who is on my level as far as mindset,
definitely,
and forward thinking, things like that. Because the money thing we can fix. We can always fix that.
Come on, we can fix the money.
Of money in the earth. The mindset thing, I can't help you with that. I can only show you the opportunities, and you have to make the choice to say, okay, this is what I want. So at some point before we become official, or even while we're official, and I see that me exposing you to these things is not working, okay, cool. Then
right, you know,
it is what it is, and we have to go our separate ways.
All right, so yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with everything that you all said. Thank you for your insight and input on today's topic. But just knowing who you're getting involved with, knowing mindset, knowing finances, having dialogue and conversation in the beginning so you're not having that Motel 6 experience and hurting nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it for today. Until next time, it is your girl Quetta from This Woman to You. Love y'all.